Hey guys, I hope you're all doing okay. The street food scene across the globe has turned upside down due to the current pandemic, and one of the dishes that I miss the most is tawa pulao. The street vendors somehow managed to make this better than any fancy hotel every single time. And for those of you who don't know, tawa pulao is to India what fried rice is to China. Yup, it's that good. This recipe of mine is inspired by those street vendors, and I really hope that things get better soon so that they can get back on their feet. So without any further ado, let's get started. The street food vendors are super generous with their butter. They usually add more than half of the butter slab, but I think we'll stick to 8 to 9 cubes of it, which is around 1/4 of your slab. Once your butter is hot enough, we'll add in around 1 tablespoon of cumin seeds and fry this in the butter. In goes the onions. I've taken 1 big onion here. Just as the name goes, tawa pulao is traditionally cooked on a tawa, the same one on which the vendors make their pav bhaji. But hey, you can very well make this in any other utensil you have at home. This will taste just as good, I promise. Ginger, garlic and green chilies. Don't worry, I have mentioned all the ingredients and their quantities down in the description box. I'm adding in half a teaspoon of salt now, and I'll add the other half later. What this will do is help cook our veggies faster. Half teaspoon of turmeric. Now it is extremely crucial that you add the masalas at this stage with the onions. Now adding in half teaspoon of garam masala, 1 tablespoon of coriander powder and 2 tablespoons of red chili. We cook the masalas in the butter at this stage because 1, this will enhance the flavor of your spices, and 2, this will not leave that uncooked bad taste after your bite. Once you see the bubbles, that's when you know your masalas are cooked, and this is the time we add in our carrots and capsicums. I'm adding in around 2 tomatoes here. You have to cook your tomatoes until they've mellowed completely and you don't see the bits and pieces of them. And now our star ingredient, the pav bhaji masala. I'm adding in around 3 to 4 tablespoons here, but you can moderate this as per your taste. Time to add in the other half teaspoon of the salt. 1 cup of boiled green peas. And if you don't boil them in advance, then you'll risk overcooking your other vegetables here. Similarly, I'm adding in 1 boiled potato. Remember not to over mix this. You don't want to mush your potatoes, you just want big good chunks of them. And now my most favorite ingredient, coriander leaves. I'm adding in 1 cup here. I would have probably added more, but I had to hold back. Adding in around 2 to 3 tablespoons of water. What this will do is coat the masala evenly all over your vegetables if they were not already. There are chances that masalas do get clammed up in the sides, so this will take care of that. Don't add too much, you don't want a gravy. Now adding in 1 big bowl of cooked steamed rice. The key is to ensure that the consistency of your rice is not sticky. This should be cooked al dente. Now we'll mix this very carefully. Do not mix this vigorously, you'll end up breaking the rice. Just follow the motion here. Go from the bottom, flip over the masala on the top and give it a gentle mix. If you're using a wok, then just toss the rice and you should be good to go. Remember, start from the bottom, flip and gently mix. See how easy this was to make? Tell me this does not remind you of the street stalls. Of course, I'm garnishing this with more coriander and more butter, but come on, ये तो बनता है. If you enjoyed watching this video, then please do like, share and subscribe, and hit on that notification bell icon so that you don't miss another update from me. And for more of my kitchen adventures, do check out my Instagram channel at Food Theory with Meenal. Until next time, bye.